I've told in previous episodes in this channel that India's public charging infrastructure is pretty good and it is enough for nearly about 20 to 30% of EV adoption. And I still stand by that today. But after using an EV for nearly 2.5 years, today I wanted to talk about what I call as destination slow charging at public places, which is also very important along with the DC fast charging. Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode on the GreenNClean YouTube channel. My name is Vittal. Before I start today's episode, I want you to take a look at the various videos that I have in the channel. I try to provide some content which is probably unique and rare that you might not find in other channels. So please do check out the videos, and if you like them, please like, subscribe and press the bell icon. Okay, let's start today's episode. Let's imagine a situation where I go from here to say Anantapur. So it is Bangalore to Anantapur. The distance is about 200 kilometers. And if I have to go to Anantapur and come back on the same day, which means I come back home from Anantapur, covering a distance of about 400 kilometers, then what would be my public charging plan? Well, my car nearly gives about 450 kilometers of range. And because of the fact that I am returning home where I have home charging, I will probably not charge anywhere on public places for such a journey. And the reason why I won't charge at public places for such a journey is because my car gives range, and I know for a fact that I'll reach home and there is an assured assured home charging available. So I won't care. I will probably reach home with about 4 or 5% or less than 10% of battery remaining, and then charge at home. So that will be my plan, which is no plan. Now let's imagine I am going to Hubli from Bangalore. Hubli is about 420 kilometers from Bangalore, and I'm going to Hubli, and let's say I'm staying there and then coming back tomorrow from Hubli to Bangalore. And in such a situation, I would look at DC fast charging, because I know that I have to reach Hubli, and then Hubli, wherever I stay, I don't know where I stay, wherever I stay, may not have a charging facility. So I have to charge along the route, on the road somewhere on the highway. So I will look for DC fast charging, and I'm pretty sure today I will find many options to charge at public place and just do this trip. So Bangalore to Hubli, if I have to stay over with the 400 kilometers of travel, then I will look for public charging, because there is no destination charging available, or in other words, where my car is going to rest or parked for the night, there's no charging facility available, and that's the reason I need to charge at a public place, at a DC fast charging facility. So now you get the drift. If I have my home in every place that I go in this car, and if there's a home charging there, and if it is within, let's say, 400 kilometers, 400, 500 kilometers, and then in this car, I will not look for public charging, because destination charging, slow charging is available. And that's what I want to highlight in today's episode: destination slow charging. So this charging can be as low as 3 kilowatt or even 7 kilowatt. So it's good enough if I charge one entire night, and then I'll get full charge back on this car. And this destination charging takes only, let's say, 15 to 20 seconds. Yes, it takes only 15 to 20 seconds, because I just take the gun, connect it, and go back to my hotel or wherever I'm staying, and then come back the next day and take out the gun. So it hardly takes like 20-25 seconds. So I know all these BYDs and other companies are looking at mega ultra fast charging facilities, 1000 kilowatts, 1200 kilowatts, etc., etc. But even those fast charging would take at least 5 to 10 minutes of time to charge, and it's not as fast as the AC slow charging, which takes only like 25-30 seconds to full charge. Yeah, so you get what I'm trying to say here. So even with these ultra fast chargers, let's say we have ultra fast chargers here in India, 1000 kilowatts, 1200 kilowatt. I do think it will come, but let's say it is there today. Now, even if it is there today, what is going to happen? So you will reach at these ultra fast charging facilities, and if it is free, you will connect your car, and you hope that your car also supports such speed. And if that is the case, then your car will be full in about, let's say, 5 or 10 minutes, as per the claims say. And then what will happen is that you will probably wait there for 5 or 10 minutes, because in 5 or 10 minutes you cannot probably finish breakfast or lunch, or you connect your car, then go to restaurant, order food, and then sit and look back whether the car is charged, and then come back again, remove the car that is charged so that others can charge, right? So this 5-10 minutes ultra fast charging, you need to be there in and around the car, so that you either wait there or disconnect the car when it is fully charged. And another thing that could happen is, simply because it's ultra fast charging, there will be people queuing up to charge here, because it only takes 5 or 10 minutes, and then you only have like, let's say, 3 or 4 guns and all are occupied, and then you wait for 10 minutes or 15 minutes till the guy in front of you has charged. So you end up waiting 10 or 15 minutes for him to finish and then connect your car. So it is going to take some time. If the EV adoption is very high, let's say if the EV adoption is more than 20-30%, then we'll probably have much more busy public charging stations. And in such situations, you will end up spending time waiting for your turn for the charge. And this is already happening in some parts of Europe and US, where the EV adoption rate is high, but the charging infrastructure is still trying to catch up. So this is happening already, and this might happen in India in some time. So this destination slow charging I'm visualizing has to have slow AC charging, which are easier to set up, which are cheaper to install, and which can be diversified. Where instead of having, let's say, one 240 kilowatt charger, you could probably have 20 slow AC chargers and still save money. So you need slow charging where your car spends most amount of time. Remember, when you're on road, you're not going to spend most amount of your time eating at a hotel, right? You are probably staying in a hotel, and that hotel needs to have a slow AC charging so that you can connect and charge it overnight rather than charging while you eat. So it's not just hotels; it can even be religious places. For example, Tirupati, Kashi, where the timings for darshans are more than 4 hours. So anywhere you stop more than 4 hours, it could be a shopping mall. When you watch a movie, it's going to take more than 4 hours. Malls where you watch movies or shop, religious places, hotels where you stay. These are the places where we need to have many more slow AC charging so that people can simply connect and then forget about it and come back to a high battery SoC. And another problem with these DC fast chargers is, I'll explain you a scenario. I go to a charging station, let's say it's a 60 kilowatt speed charging station. My car supports 60 kilowatts, and both guns are free. So there are two guns on this charger, both guns are free. So I'll connect the first gun, and I get 60 kilowatt of speed. My instrument panel says that it will take, let's say, 30 minutes to full charge, and I'm happy. But 3 minutes later, a second car comes, it takes the second plug, he starts charging his car, and we are now divided with power. So both will receive 30 kilowatt each, and both will end up waiting for, let's say, 1 hour instead of 30 minutes to finish our charging. So that's not good according to me, because I came first and I should have the first right on the full speed of the gun, and whoever comes second will get whatever speed that I don't use, and whoever comes third should get the remaining speed, something like that. So the logic in these apps and in these DC fast charging stations have to change in such a way that the first come first serve gets maximum rights on the full speed of the gun. Another issue with these ultra fast chargers is that, let's say, in India now we have started getting 120 kilowatt, pretty common, 60, 120, and nowadays we also see 240 kilowatt. It's a different matter that these charging stations are connected to, let's say, 4, 5, 6 guns, and the speed is divided. But at least you have some hope that you will get 240 kilowatt if your car supports. Now the problem with that is that, let's say, there is a new car which, let's say, a Mahindra now supports 240 kilowatt of DC fast charging. We are not going to have such high speed cars right from day one or day two. It's going to take 2 to 3 years before all EV cars can support such high speed fast charging. So what is going to happen in those next 2, 3, 4, or 5 years is that you will get a mix of cars. You will have slow poke cars where the charging speed is only 30 kilowatt, and they will also come to this 240 kilowatt station and connect their 30 kilowatt car, and it is only going to take so less power. So we're going to have a situation where some cars can't take full advantage of this speed, and there's only like very few cars, maybe 10 or 20% of the cars can take full benefit of this speed. And that is a problem, because it is ultra fast charging, but only 10 or 20% of the cars can use it. The remaining cars still have to get their slow speed. And another thing is that most of the cars today are nearly 300-400 kilometers in real life range when they go on long distance. So if you have such a car and you are driving, let's say, not more than 500 kilometers, then you just need like a little bit of charge along the way, along the highway, if the destination charging is available. And what if tomorrow we start getting cars which can support 1,500 kilometers of real life range? It may be possible, who knows, because we started with 70 kilowatt range 10 years back, and today we have cars that can give 500, 600, 650 kilometers of range. Maybe tomorrow, in, let's say, 5 years down the line, we might have a battery technology and efficiency where we will have 1,000 or 2,000 kilometers of real life range. And if that is the scenario, do you really need these fast chargers which are not good for your battery? Do you really need DC fast charging along the way? Probably not, because you will end up coming back home from your long trip, or you can charge somewhere where slow charging is available. That's where destination slow charging is important, according to me. And today's public charging demand is highly unpredictable, because most of the people would charge their cars at home using home charging. It's only on those long weekends, let's say, especially on long weekends like Deepavali, Dasra, and Christmas, etc., etc., where there is a high chance that a lot of EV cars are on the road, and they would reach, let's say, a DC fast charging station, let's say at 8 a.m. And 10 of such cars reach at 8 a.m. That's a real possibility, right? So between 8 to 10 a.m., let's say 10 cars want to charge at this particular DC fast charging station, but there are only 4 guns. So 4 of them will charge, and then the 6 others will wait, and then the next 4 will charge, and then the next 2, etc., etc. It's going to be difficult to manage such a experience, both for the CPOs as well as the car owners. Now, if you spread this into, let's say, destination chargers, if all these 10 cars are reaching place X, let's say all these 10 cars are reaching Hubli, and in Hubli, instead of let's say having a 240 kilowatt charger in Chitradurga, let's say for example in Chitradurga you are setting a 240 kilowatt charger to accommodate this need, uh, versus setting up, let's say, 10 slow chargers in a hotel in Hubli, or 2-3 hotels in Hubli, right? It is these 10 cars that go towards Hubli can easily charge in the night where they stay in the hotel, right? So that's more easily manageable than all these 10 cars coming at 8 a.m. for breakfast at a hotel where there is a DCFC and only 4 guns are available, right? So that's another problem that I foresee. And not just that, the cost. When I looked at in Google and I see that for a 240 kilowatt fast charging station, you would probably spend about 50 to 80 lakhs rupees for setup. It could be even more, but I'm just seeing what I saw in Google. So something like charger might itself cost 30 to 40 lakhs, and then other infra and other costs might eat another 20, 30, 40 lakhs. So we're looking at 50 to 80 lakhs of investment to set up 240 kilowatt charger at one location. Now compare that to, let's say, setting up a 7 kilowatt charger in 20 different locations in destination, let's say in Hubli. Instead of setting this 240 kilowatt charger at Chitradurga, which is a midpoint, let's say you are setting up this in Hubli in 20 different locations, then it is going to cost only about 30 to 40 lakhs, something like 50 to 70,000 for each charger, and then other setup, you can say 1 lakh. So if you add all of that, it is going to cost much less to set up 20 slow destination chargers than one high speed charger. And these 20 different slow speed chargers can also be easily managed. Maybe you can have a booking facility. You are more likely to reach a hotel at 10 p.m. In the night rather than a hotel in Chitradurga at 8 a.m., right? Because you are on the move, you don't know whether you'll reach Chitradurga at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. So you can't really book a slot. Whereas you know you will reach Hubli, if you start early in the morning, you will reach Hubli by 2 p.m. anyways. So you can book a slot as late as 10 p.m. Till 6 a.m. Maybe we can have apps just like how you book a hotel and go for a road trip. You can book a slow charging slot in some night and go on a trip, right? So it's more easy to plan such trips than the current trips. Okay, I said a lot of things. This video became much longer than what I expected it to be, but I hope you got the point. Having more and more slow AC chargers spread across our country is probably as important as having some of these fast charging facilities on the highway. But on today, most of the CPOs, I only see them concentrating on highways with ultra fast charging facilities. And these ultra fast charging facilities, people are not going to use it every day because it is not good for the battery. Many of the BMSs won't support when you go on continuous fast charging. So that is also a problem. So I request CPO. So if you are a CPO, please also look at a business opportunity where you can set up multiple slow AC charging at various destinations and fulfill the need of public charging demand. Thanks a lot for watching this episode. I hope you liked it. See you in other episodes of GreenNClean YouTube channel.